Alright, so I've been having troubles with my E36. I installed an electric fan in it, okay? I hooked it up to a switch in the car. I'll show you the switch in a bit. I put a 20 amp fuse in this, and the fuse kept blowing. So I'm not sure why, but we're gonna fix that today. So first things first, we have this. This wire comes from inside the car. That is on the cigarette lighter circuit, which is a 20 amp circuit. So we have 20 amps coming in this way. Originally we had this on like that, with another 20 amp fuse coming from switch in fused, and this wire goes all the way down to the electric fan. Then the other wire, the opposite, is just a ground wire. You can flip-flop the ground and the power depending on which way you want the fan. So right now the air goes in that way. If I were to flip them, it would pull air that way. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna fix this, fix what's going on, fix this fuse from popping. So first what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep this on here, right? Here's what you're gonna need. Some wire strippers and crimpers. I like these, they weren't too expensive and they do both things. You're gonna need a fuse for whatever size fan you have. So I have this Tyco 20 to 30 amp fuse, and we're gonna put or relay, not fuse. We're gonna put a 25 amp fuse going from this to that. So I'll draw everything up. I'll explain it in a better way. All right, so basically here's the drawing that I drew up. So starting from the right, we have the 20 amp positive from the cigarette lighter going into a 20 amp switch. From the 20 amp switch, this switch is gonna go over to this and the relay. And we don't need a fuse here. You can use a fuse here, but we don't need one because it's already fused at the cigarette lighter. We have the 20 amp, it's only gonna draw 20 amp. If it tries to draw more, this is gonna pop. But it won't because it's just a switch. This draws very little power. I probably could bump this down extremely low if I wanted to. If I have any issues, I'll do that. So, switch, power coming in is gonna switch this on. Then we're gonna do, this is the 20, 30 amp relay. This pin, I'll go through all the pins. There's gonna be a ground. There's gonna be your power out to whatever you're trying to power. And then there is going to be the power in and then a signal. So now we'll move on to this little diagram. So this is what the fuse looks like. There's a bunch of numbers. You can see all the numbers on there. So we'll start with pin 30. Pin 30 is going to be the main 12 volt that is going in. That's going to go to your device. So this is going to be fused at 25 amps. So pin 30 is going to be this guy right here, fused at 25 amps, going into pin 30, positive. Then we're going to have the switch, which is pin 85, switch coming from here, going to pin 85, and that's going to, whenever you flip the switch, I'll tell the relay to turn on. Pin 87 we're not going to use, or 87A we're not going to use just because we don't need to. Then pin 86, we'll have the ground. We'll just put that anywhere on metal. Then pin 87 is going to be to the fan. We're not going to fuse, or actually, yeah, we'll do a 25 amp fuse from the relay to the fan just to be safe, and then the fan is going to be grounded. So it should be pretty simple. I'm going to go to the car and start mounting, or I'm not going to mount it. I'm going to wire it up first, and then I'll test it, and then I'll figure out mounting from there. So let's go check it out. All right, so we're gonna go over this one more time. So we got power coming out of here, 12 volts. This feeds all these other fuses. 12 volts coming out. Behind that, we have a little fuse. I don't have a fuse thingy, so I kind of just did that and put the shrink wrap around that so it doesn't touch anything. That just gets stuck around, goes around to the relay. That goes to, let's see, power going in goes to pin 30. So pin 30 is the bottom one, so yellow. Then we'll do the ground. Ground is this blue wire, or ground is going to be pin 86. Your wires might be a little bit different, just go off the pins. So this blue wire just comes here, just self-tap, easy, right there. It wouldn't reach to anything like that, and I didn't really want to extend it to an actual ground right there, but it works. Then,
on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the...
Yep. All right, then we got the, let's see, we'll do the power to the fan. So the power to the fan is going to be pin 87. That top one, red one, right here we got the red wire, top wire right there, pin 87, going to this, fuse on 25 amps, because that's what the box recommends of the fan that I got. This just goes to the fan, then the fan's grounded. Then we put the 20 amp fuse back in the cigarette lighter for the switch. Switch is a 20 amp switch. So yeah, as long as you just follow this diagram, it should be as simple as that. So let's go check it out. It's super easy if you just put a switch right here. You can just tie it in. Get rid of these blown fuses, man. Super easy just to put a switch right there, tie it in, and bada bing, bada boom. It is rolling. Yeah, she's pushing there. I gotta don't mind that leak. So yeah, more to come.